Hey there, Taurus. It's Jen here. Thanks for joining me. This is your mid-March reading. So we do have on March 28th the full moon in Libra. I feel like, there's a Taurus-Libra connection because of Venus. You both share Venus. And so this may affect you guys. I'm not an astrologer, so this is just my interpretation. But you may... this may affect you a little bit more than some of the other signs. As I was channeling, I was intermittently shuffling cards, and this card came out. I haven't looked at it yet. But so I feel like you're at a bit of a crossroads, and you're trying to make some decisions. So let me read the channeling. You may feel that you are not progressing and, in fact, maybe losing ground in some area of your life. Maybe a career that just isn't panning out the way you'd hoped. It seems as if you've been here before and are trying to figure out, is it me? Or have I just not found my niche? Am I doing what I really want versus what I think I should do or want? And I see you really having some deep thoughts about this situation. I mean, it could be anything, could be relationship, whatever. But I do feel it's maybe pushing more towards career, or maybe trying to figure out majors if you're younger, or maybe you want to go back to school, but I don't know. There's something there. There's like a thread if you're afraid to pull, because it may unravel a bunch of things that you don't want to admit, because it's just much easier if you don't go there. That was not in my channeling. That was new. I did get Cancer, so a Cancerian person, or it could be the time of year, which is late June through, to, I don't know, around July 20th. It kind of changes for every sign. I haven't memorized if it's the 20th or the 22nd of July or whatever. So it could be something about that time of year in the past, or maybe there's something that's coming up at that time that's making you sort of rethink things for some reason. It seems like you want to reach out to someone, like someone you used to have a connection to, someone you could talk to. You could talk to them for real, like you were yourself. You were not filtered. You didn't put any kind of front. And you realize that this is the kind of person you want to be with. You may actually reach out to that person. But if maybe they're not available to be a romantic partner, I mean, maybe they're with someone now. It, for some reason, thinking about them really helps get something straight in your mind. It sort of helps settle some level of anxiety you've been carrying, and allows you to let go of something you were struggling with. So it's almost like you get this a bit of a aha moment where you're just like, no. So if it is like a relationship, whether romantic or work or something, some sort of vibe, you're like, no, I want to be somewhere um, where you don't have to. I don't know. It's where I can be myself. I'm really feel that this is right for me. This is where I want to be. I'm not trying to fit into something that doesn't really feel right, or that leaves me dissatisfied all the time. Okay, so let's move into your card. So what, I'm curious for some reason. Oh, wow. So that's a nice card. That one definitely was like, I need to come out for this reading. This is Aquarius energy. We had just been in Aquarius. It's healing. It's dreaming again. Like, what do I really want to do? Where do I want to live? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be with? What kind of job do I want that doesn't take a piece of my soul out of it every day I go to. What am I really interested in? I mean, so lots of people go to college or university and or follow some sort of career path, um, only to realize, wait, this really doesn't work out for me. Um, and especially if there's been an investment in it, if you've paid for school, it can be really hard to say, I don't want to do this at all. And I actually want to spend more money and do this. And maybe that's something you, you know, you had to go through in order to then have your eyes open to what you really wanted to do. So you have to kind of let that go, because that can drive you crazy, right? But say, okay, now it did show me that this is what I gravitate towards. This is what I'm really interested in. And you have to kind of reconcile that within yourself. It could be relationship. Like, that's the kind of person I want to be with. Um, I want to be with the person that I can be myself with. And um, yeah, I feel like that's really the main message of that card. But and I also see you though, and maybe this isn't something you tend towards, but really sort of dreaming. Maybe you're really dreaming of, maybe someone's really caught your eye. But I almost feel like, yeah, you'd known this like it was a missed opportunity. And looking back, you're like, oh my God, why I didn't see it then? I didn't have the perspective. I didn't have the life experience at that time. And for some reason, this person's really come back to your mind. And you may even really be fantasizing about being with this person and what it would be like, and um, seriously considering reaching out to them. So what does she write? Look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. This is also a card about healing, so if you haven't been feeling well. Okay, Three of Pentacles. This definitely could be someone you knew from work or know from work. Or this could be about, so this brings up teamwork. I'm sorry. I apologize. When the Three of Pentacles comes up for me, I automatically think teamwork. I think a work situation. I think a manager. I think it can also be, see, that almost looks to me, it's hard to tell in this picture, but what immediately came to my mind was this person was actually creating something with their hands, like making something, crafting something. Because this also can be, I see this card come out when, if you put something creative out into the world, it could be anything. Anything can be creative. People start to recognize it. There are some people that are going to connect with it and appreciate your talents. So it could be someone, if you do know them already, you may not already know them. That was really like, wow, you're really good at that. That made you see a part of yourself that you really maybe hadn't given yourself credit for, if that makes sense. And so that's another reason why you're like, wow, they were always encouraging to me. And but I also feel like it's someone who was very honest with you and authentic with you as well. And you want that sort of atmosphere. So if there is like some career thoughts, like, I'm not happy here, it could just be the mix of people, but I almost feel like it's kind of a combination. Like the whole thing is just sour. It's just not, you're like, there's parts of this that are okay, but it's really just not where I want to be for the rest of my life. Yeah, there's something about if you are in a relationship, I see you saying, And I don't know what part of your life it is. Maybe it's all of it. I don't know. But I see you going, is this what I want for the rest of my life? And really thinking about that sort of bottom line. And it's really putting things in perspective and really making you think and look at things differently and making different decisions and choices than you would have just a little bit ago. Sometimes, this is doing this for, I see with people in the pandemic, it's really highlighting what's really important and parts of their life where they're just like, life's too short. I don't want that anymore, or I want to change. I don't want to live here anymore. There's a choice to be made. There's a choice to be made. Like, is this what I want? Is this what I want for my life to continue doing, to have in my life day to day? Really going within. I see you trying to use your head. I almost feel like, I don't usually read this card this way, but you were really trying to be very practical and use your brain about the situation. But I feel as though there's this heart part of you that realizes you're talking yourself into something instead of really doing what you really, really want and know to do. So that full moon in Libra, that's what Libra does. They weigh things. They weigh every side of things, and then they try to come to an unbiased decision. Really hard to do with yourself, right? Our brains play tricks on us and our emotions bring all these other things into play, and our ego and our fears. They all sort of work to make it really confusing sometimes to figure out what's real and what is, oh, that's just part of being an adult, and what is, life is too short. Why are you doing something that you don't really, your heart's not into? What are the motivations behind that? Let me read I didn't think I read the Three of Pentacles. Follow your passion when it comes to your career. There you go. Be the best at what you can do, being compensated for your creative talents. See, that's where it is, that you may have a skill that you don't realize how much value it has. Absolutely. Let's see, the Two of Swords. I have to move it because I can't bend my head. Indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Exactly. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. There you go. It's like, I know, I've read cards before. So that's your reading, Taurus. I hope you're having a great March. And for some reason, I feel like that June time frame, end of June into July, is really when I think you'll have definitely made the decision before then, but then things will really start turning and you'll really start moving towards what you want to move towards. And that could be, you have to wait for a lease to come up. You have to wait to pay a bill. Yeah, who knows what it is. But there's probably some sort of timing around, or there's something during the summertime that will make that transition easier, I guess, is what I'm seeing. Okay, take care. Bye.